Morning, beautiful people. Dr. Eve here. Hope all is well and so excited to be among the land of the living today. Each day is a blessing and a new day to maximize your gifting and or your gardening service to humanity. I'm super excited to be on this journey with so many of you who are taking back your power and understanding what it means to prune to empowerment. Prune for empowerment. That is the topic of today. Yesterday, I was talking with you all about your identity as a gardener. Right? It was wild, such a revelation that God gave me about, stewarding our responsibility that He gave us as gardeners, right? Because He set us in the garden. And in the garden, He gave us a few things to do, and that's to cultivate, and serve. Cultivate and serve in our talent areas, cultivate and serve in our gifting areas. And if you are like me, like I was sharing with you yesterday before my live ended, how we go from season to season. When I was a child, I was a child. And then when I grew old, I put away those childish things, right? Now, that doesn't mean that throughout life you've just been a child. It's just metaphorical, okay? To show that we all have seasons in life as children, as teenagers, adults, young adults, middle age. And today I'm considered elderly. After 60, they consider you elderly. And so that's where I am in this new season, identifying my pruning for empowerment. So, after all of these years, and I want you all to really begin to think about where you are in your season and what this looks like for you. What does gardening look like for you? And I mean that in every sense of the word. Your service to humanity as God's gardener. Because we talked about that yesterday about Mary Magdalene mistaking Jesus as a gardener. And then we looked at the word garden, gardener, as a participant in the garden. This earth, he said that we have life and abundantly, that we were required to serve, to take care of, to cultivate all the things, because people tend to believe they don't understand their purpose, but it is right there in front of them. But I am beyond that now, and I want us to begin to think about, where are you beyond? Are you going into a new season in your life? Are you in a new phase? I am, and what does that look like for me? Well, for me, it looks like me again taking time to evaluate where I am in my life and all the things that I have done so I can begin to prune even the more, because it's a pruning season. It's a pruning season. I'm beyond 60, so it's like, what can you streamline? What can you do better? What can you delegate? What should you get rid of, right? So it's a time where, you begin to look at, what is your core mission, right? Does it directly serve the legacy you're called to build? That's so critical. That is a really good question. Your core mission. Does the things you provide, you directly how you directly serve, does it fit within the legacy you're called to build in this moment, right? So at 62, There's so much I can do, but I'm in the stage of relax more, wisdom more, pour wisdom and understanding, use my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding more effectively so that I can live sustainably because that's the mission. Sustainable. It's no longer sustainable for me to try and add or try and be all the things that I used to be. That's not practical. It's not practical because why? I'm in a different season. I'm in a season of rest. I'm in a season of pouring, which means that looks is still there. I'm still serving, but it looks a lot different. Here I am retired. That's a word. That's a whole word that I must acknowledge. Hi, Cameron. We're talking about pruning for empowerment, and what does that look like? Because so three of the things that you have to look at for legacy is called legacy alignment audit. Legacy alignment audit. We're doing an audit to assure that we are in alignment with our legacy, right? It's designed specifically for multi hyphenate professionals, those who have all of these things, all of these gifts, all of these purposes, all of these things that they've done along the way, right? And so it filters everything through three criterias, and this is really key. Key for me as I am learning, I am sharing with you all. Legacy alignment audit is designed specifically for multi hyphenate professionals like you. You who may be a doctor, you may be a master, you may be a speaker, you may be a writer, you may be a researcher, you may be all of these things. But can you sustain doing all of those things in your new season? So the first thing you want to think about is your core mission. What is your core mission in this season? In this season, my core mission in this season is to pour knowledge, wisdom, and understanding into the life of those who are also multi-hyphenate individuals, right? And those who desire to just come along anyway because they're on the journey, right? So to do that, I ask myself the question, does this directly serve the legacy that I'm called to build? So I have to look at everything on my arsenal. We'll begin to look at that. Number two, does it fit my lifestyle? Lifestyle fit. Does this sustain my health, joy, and time and freedom? Does it? Lifestyle fit. That's number two. Does this sustain your health, joy, and time freedom? Okay, that's number two. Number three, scalability. Can this be repeated, monetized, or delegated? Very, very important questions to ask yourself when you are looking to for legacy alignment. All right. So let me get back to my, okay. So how do I do that? So you want to list your current buckets. List your current buckets. So my buckets are thought leadership and education, which involve keynote speaking, conference presentations, research, Afrocentric research, publication work, and academic writing. B, coaching and transformation. Now these are buckets. I'm listing my buckets, and you must list your buckets. Coaching and transformation. Coaching managed care professionals. Group coaching, weekly. 90-day action plans and assessments, and teaching career pivots and burnout recovery. That's all under coaching and transformation. Then there's home economic empowerment through homesteading. Back to the land. That's gardening, canning, building, real agri business consulting, creating resilience toolkits and home economy models. I love that for me. Now, I love that for me right there because that's where I really am, you know? Brand and content development, podcasting, blog writing, course design, visual content for Instagram and YouTube. And I have to ask myself, I'm already a brand, it's out there. Do I need to focus my time and energy on that? Not really. I absolutely do not because I have done this for so long. There are some people who do have to, uh, work on brand and content development. Now, if I were to say there were one thing that I needed to work on in my brand and content development, is just to continue, you know, making sure that whatever bucket I'm going to be in or focus on for empowerment, that I do more of that. Simple as that, right? How do I take one, huge piece of content, maybe my podcast, and make it everything? Like my podcast can be my blog. It can be clips. It can be Instagram. It can be so many things. That's something I taught years and years and years ago. So that is really key. All right. So the next thing is, let's talk about it. The next bucket of mine is, or next thing within the bucket of, yeah, within the buckets is organizational leadership and advocacy, coalition work, policy engagement, strategic contributions to another organization where I'm a president, and cultural curriculum reform. I don't need to do all of that anymore. I've done it. My goal is to teach others to do it, just through building the proper model for themselves. Now, what would advocacy look like for me? It would be like, making sure that we keep food as medicine. Like, if that is going to be my priority, food, water, energy, and shelter, then I'm sticking to that. I'm not going to be, you shouldn't be all over the place. So that's a part of pruning, pruning the coalition work. To what extent coalition work could look like for you, right? Policy engagement. What would that look like? Nail it. Nail the one thing, not all of it, right? So you want to prune. You are not here to do everything. What is the policy that you should be engaged in relevant to the current bucket or place that's in your legacy alignment, right? The next thing would be rank for alignment. Rank all your buckets for alignment. And right now, my core mission is thought leadership. That's high, and I'm keeping that thought leadership. So nailing it and pruning it down means that I'm taking on thought leadership because that's high in my legacy alignment, right? Is it scalable? Absolutely, because it keeps me, I can still speak, I can still do all the things, right? Because thought leaders are going to do that. Like me coming here live every day. But I'm in my garden. I have freedom. I have time freedom. I have all the things. Does the thing give me the freedoms that I want in my life for legacy alignment in this moment, right? Y'all, it's so windy and beautiful out here. I'm telling you, it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm building an entire oasis out here in my backyard for for people to come and visit, right? Because that's part of the legacy alignment. Freedom in your mind, freedom in your soul. Inviting a place where God can live always, right? So the next bucket, ranking for alignment, would be coaching and transformation. Well, it's kind of high. That's a good thing to have, but I need to do something. There's something I need to do to make it work, to make it friendly, to keep my time, and that's automate my back end, right? So that's a new priority for me is to automate my back end so that coaching and transformation is can be done easily and effectively without much effort, right? Now, my next bucket in the rank for alignment is medium, and that's homesteading and empowerment. It's a medium core mission, but it's high for my lifestyle. So, what's more important to me, the mission or the lifestyle? In this moment, the lifestyle must be number one. It has to be a fit for my lifestyle, okay? It must be freeing and giving all those things to me. Um, I don't have to scale it because I'm just out here doing it. It's a thing that I love. It's a thing that I can invite people in. It's a thing that I can show people to do. It's a thing I don't mind doing and getting up every day and doing whether somebody pay me or not. Now, can it be a lucrative market? Absolutely. But it's high on my lifestyle fit. So remember, we are ranking for legacy alignment, and we are going to prune some things in the process. And so in this one, homesteading and empowerment, it's the only thing is to keep it simple. Keep it simple and document. Well, how do I keep it simple? Live it. And how do I document? Come here and tell y'all about it. Show you the photos. Show you how I'm practicing it. Really, really simple stuff. Everyday things that's very easy for me to do. Keep it simple, right? All right. So the next thing is brand and content. We talked about that. It's high on my core mission, but it's very draining. It can be very, very draining, right? To think brand and content for me all the time, right? So even though it's scalable, it is scalable, helps me to scale, and it's scalable. I can prune this. I can prune and streamline and repurpose. Repurpose some of the things I already have, right? So I'm learning to do that even through my videos. Like I come here today to have this video about pruning in this season. It's pruning season. And what does that look like? I could go and out there and prune a tree or prune a berry, show you what the process looks like, and show you how it scales itself by its fruit, by the number of trees. I could use the model of my my what do you call these things? Not the zinnias, but the lavender. My lavender field. I could use that as an example. Pruning it back, but pruning it also to create more, right? Taking my little to make much. How I can take my lavenders and create more plants that can become scalable because now I can put them on the market every month, on my market every month. So can it be scalable? Absolutely. Medium scale, right? So streamline, repurpose content. I am loving it because it has to fit my lifestyle. If it doesn't fit my lifestyle, then I have to prune it. If it doesn't fit your lifestyle, you have to prune it because your lifestyle matters. You cannot be everything to everybody. And if it doesn't fit within your lifestyle, your current lifestyle, then you should prune it. All right? The next thing in my bucket that I'm ranking for alignment is organizational leadership. It's medium for me right now because I've done this work for so long. Like, do I want to continue to commit myself to organizations? Do I want to continue to commit myself to committees and boards and things like that? Does that fit my lifestyle? No, it doesn't. It's very low. Is it scalable? Absolutely not. It's not. Can I find maybe one that would be? Yep, that's all the one I want. And it has to be centered around agribusiness because that's my lifestyle. That's literally my lifestyles in the garden, my lifestyles in real agriculture, my lifestyles in passive income because I don't want to be working to sell it. I don't want to do that. I want passive so I can go to sleep and make money while I'm asleep, right? So you want to pay attention to what matters and how that fits within your lifestyle. I don't have that aggressiveness anymore, and I don't want it because my lifestyle is a lifestyle of freedom and relaxation and all the things. So what do I have to do? I have to prune that. I have to prune it by delegating or exiting where possible. Exit where possible, y'all. So these are things that are very critical to what and how we handle our next steps. And it is pruning season. So for all of you out there, what to prune or streamline, you can do that based on your alignment. All right. We're going to be talking a lot more about that. And my goal is to help you to do that, help you to develop your new priority equation. Your new priority equation. What is your new priority? We're going to be get to your new priority equation. That is the goal. Prune and empower. Prune to power. Prune and power. Prune and power. So I am excited to be on this journey with you all. As you all know, I meet weekly as a group. Um, we are right now working on developing our membership group so that we can help you to work faithfully towards and stay on track. Stay on track in your new season and prune where necessary. Because sometimes we be trying to do a lot. And who that be 80, I be ADHD, and that is a real thing for me. So it's like, how do I, effectively move in this time? So I want us to be working on that. It's your pruning season. Let us talk more about that. If you have not yet figured out your new priority equation, I am challenging you. What is your new priority equation? What's the new priority equation for you? And how do you prune in this new season that you're called to serve? So, again, I am Dr. Eve. If you have not visited already my website, we're talking about pruning, y'all. We're talking about getting to developing that new priority equation for you. All right. So, visit the website, join my weekly community or my weekly newsletter so you can get more information on how we are working on ranking our lives, y'all. We can't, God has order. He's a God of order. And he wants us to serve, but he doesn't want us to we don't have to do everything. We just have to do the thing he called us to do and do that well, right? We just must do that and do that well. And I have got to close this greenhouse because I think it's getting a little too much wind. Look like it's about to blow away from here. But we about to close it down a little bit so it don't get so windy. So anyway, to all of you out there, have the most beautiful day. And if you like this, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe because I'm here to help you develop a lifestyle of sustainability, a lifestyle of ease, to develop the new priority equation for you and your family. Does it fit your lifestyle? If it doesn't, let it go. All right. So I am so excited to be here with you. My name is Dr. Eve. I am a I'm living the life. I am living the life of my I am living life. Let me just say that. I am just living life and developing and aligning myself with my legacy, developing my legacy alignment. And that is what I want you all to do. Develop your legacy alignment for sustainability in this season. Okay? So, again, go and have the most amazing day. And whatever you do, don't let anyone get in the way on your journey to becoming who God has called you to become in this season. Develop legacy alignment. That is what we're doing. Legacy alignment, developing your priority equation for this season. Goodbye, everyone. And until the next time, I'll see you on the next video.